Well, I am so excited to be here and to be speaking right after Kara. I think we're talking about some women's issues in Baltimore in the workplace, and I'm going to share just a little bit of my story. So my name is Stephanie Ranno, and I work in sales, and I also have 3 kiddos, and I currently am breastfeeding one of them. So this is a little bit about my story about bringing home the bread and the milk. So as I mentioned, I am a breastfeeding mom, and I've done so for 3 years with my 3 kids. And it's been a joy, but it's had a lot of challenges. And probably out here in the community, there are some breastfeeding moms, but certainly there are some working women. Working women right now make up 58% of the US labor force, and here are a few faces. I'm sure you recognize the most famous ones, Marissa Mayer and Sheryl Sandberg. That's me, and the one at the end was Jessica. She works for the Baltimore County Public Schools. So the faces of the working women who are bringing home the bread, but Jessica and I are trying to bring home the milk, in an environment where only 12% of private sector workers actually have access to paid health care, establishing and maintaining what the World Health Organization is recommending, exclusive breastfeeding through the first 6 months through 2 years. I know you're going 2 years, holy cow, but that's the recommendation, is extremely difficult. So work and breastfeeding in the US seem to not really go together very well. When you're trying to establish that relationship, you can see right around 3 months, exclusive, which is the top, the red line, and the blue line, which is some breastfeeding starts to really decline. So listen, there are tons of mommy wars going on out there. I'm not here to be preachy. It's a very emotional and personal issue to breastfeed. I didn't do it exclusively. I don't. My kids all get formula, and here they are. This is my family. I have a 5-and-a-half-year-old son, a 2-and-a-half-year-old daughter, and a 7-month-old son. My husband works partially in performing arts, and he's at home. He's the real winner here. And I run up and down 95, pumping in my car. Not recommended by the pump manufacturers, expressly prohibited by the pump manufacturers. So the when are you going to do it? You're in a sales career, you're in a high-power career, you're traveling all around. You've got to do it as often as you can. Where? I've pumped in my car while driving. I've pumped in a plane last week on the way back from Chicago. I've pumped in a lactation room at one of my clients' facilities. I've even pumped in my client's office this year. It was amazing. She closed her door and let me pump in her office. So why do I do it? It's the best nutrition for your baby. It's cost savings, and when we go out and I'm like, oh, we forgot the bottle, I'm like, oh, don't worry, I've got it, we've got it. But there's also that bonding experience, and I'm gonna highlight the story of women in Baltimore who are on Facebook who responded to my feed, but it's that 20 minutes at night when I've worked 10 hours or 15 hours, and I can bond with my baby right before he goes to bed. These are some of the challenges some of the women in my Facebook faced, or in my Facebook feed. 2 government employees. I ended up pumping during work. I got called into my boss's office because a contractor complained to his management that my pumping made him feel uncomfortable. There was another woman that said she had to pump in a locker room, and people were coming in and out, and there was hair on the floor. There was a teacher, and this really struck me. The Washington Post had an article in August on the plight of teachers not being able to breastfeed their kids. And these are the people taking care of our kids. So I hope you'll try and read that article. But there has been progress. Someone on my Facebook, a good friend of mine back from high school, posted that she has actually been able to go into a new school, and the principal didn't hate it. The principal actually supported it, but that's not the case. I'm a small business worker. There's small business owners that can actually set up space, set up time, allow that flexibility for your employees to be able to pump and work at the same time. So what can you do? I think that's a big part of Ignite, is like, what can you take away? Don't freak out. Just the more we talk about it, with 58% of us and growing women leading the workforce, we just need to feel comfortable. We need to vote. We need to make this an issue. The red is the countries that don't have statutory paid leave. It's us. That's it. It's like us in other countries, we don't even know how to pronounce their names. We didn't even know they were countries. So we need to be able to do something about this. Just offer a time, 2 to 3 breaks. I actually get a lot of emails done, and sometimes I stay in there longer because I'm getting so much work done after I'm done pumping in my office, or the office. Make it clean, make it private, and if it's electrified, that'd be great too. Offer your support. We have so many technologists out here. I was doing some research to get prepared, and MIT did a Make the Breast Pump Not Suck hackathon in 2014. The breast pumps, they're expensive too, holy cow. Like, if you can create something that is much more efficient and more comfortable, boy oh boy, you've got yourself a gold mine. If you do, you'll be in great company. IBM and Accenture, they're shipping home their consultants' breast milks for free now as a retention tool. Some of the states are already providing paid leave, and I just hope that you'll be supportive and flexible to those moms and women in your life. Thank you.